Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I have 9 suggestions for you that are gonna help you finish your homeschool year strong. So if you are new to my channel, I created this channel as a homeschooling resource to give you different curriculum ideas, organizational ideas, and ways to invite Christ into your homeschool space. So if you're interested in those things, please hit that subscribe button and let's get into this video. So this video is an open collaboration video with Jessica from the Waldock Way and Abby from Rooted and Rest. And I am really excited to participate in it. And there will be a playlist with a whole bunch of other homeschool mamas here on YouTube that are participating in this on ways to help you finish your homeschool year strong. And so I'll make sure that playlist is linked below and you can check it out because we all kind of have different ideas. The way we go about things is a little different. So I think it's very helpful to see everyone's views and opinions and pick and choose the things that work best for you. So again, that will be linked back down below and you can check it out. Okay, like I said, I have 9 suggestions. The first one is kind of an overarching theme for all the rest of the suggestions. So if we were doing an outline, we'd have number 1 and then A, B, C, D, E, F, whatever, down till 8 or 9, whatever it is. And so that's what it would look like. So I'm gonna mention the first one and then all the other ones kind of fit under that category. So the overall idea that I wanted to bring up was to switch it up. And that was the thing that kept coming to my mind as I thought about this video is just switch it up. You know, it's so easy to get kind of stuck in the same things. And by the end of the school year, we're all kind of tired. We all just need something different. And so just have something to switch it up. And so the next suggestions I'm gonna give are some different ways you can do that in different areas. So number 2 is to go outside. And this can look so different for different people depending on how you wanna do it. But take your homeschool stuff outside and go sit outside. It's just starting to warm up where I live. We get pretty cold in the winter, so I'm excited for it to be warming up. So you could go sit outside and have your kids do their schoolwork outside. You don't even have to take their schoolwork outside. You could just have them go outside and do something, even if it's just a break from their schoolwork, like have them go outside and run around, maybe go on a hike, you know, just do something a little bit different. You know, if you're blessed with warm weather all year round, you're probably been enjoying outside a lot, but we have not. And so it's definitely a blessing to get outside. It definitely switches up our homeschool schedule and it just kind of refreshes my kids. It refreshes me. And so just go get outside more. It's a suggestion I give all the time, but I think it is so valuable to just go breathe some fresh air. The third suggestion I have is to give yourself a little bit of grace. It's okay if you don't get everything done. I know some people, and even I was one of these people a few years ago, you get your curriculum, it lasts a certain amount of time, you have to get through all of it in the school year. And that's just how it is. Like, I'm that way. If I don't get through all of it, I feel like a failure. So I'd rather like rush through it and get it all done. But I feel like in those moments, we need to give ourselves some grace. We need to give our kids some grace and realize that it's okay if we don't get through it. Like if we're just having a hard time and our kids are a little burnt out, then go find something different to do. And also maybe our kids aren't ready to be pushed. We don't want to make them hate learning. And so if you can't get through all their curriculum, even if your inner organizational freak is telling you that you have to, then it's okay. Just do what you can, go slowly with them, make sure they're actually enjoying it and they're loving it. Give yourself some grace, give them some grace. If you have to go into the next school year and start with that curriculum, like it's gonna be okay. And everyone's probably gonna be a lot happier because you just took a break. So my 4th suggestion is to have some sort of tradition for the end of school. I don't know exactly how this would look for you. I actually honestly don't know exactly how it'd look for us either, but just something for the kids to look forward to. Maybe you always have the same trip every single year, or maybe you always go to the same like maybe museum or place to eat or something to kind of celebrate the end of the school year. So you can just have some sort of tradition. A few years ago, there's a lake by our house and we went up to that lake. It's further up in the mountains and it's not the best place to go in June because it's still quite chilly up there. But my kids really love that. So even if we push the trip into like July or August, you know, just something for them to look forward to that kind of finishes the school year, depending how you homeschool too. And we do still some schoolwork through the summer, but nothing as intensive as we do the rest of the year. But maybe just have this date where you're finishing this school year before you go into the next one and have something fun that you guys can do together. that just kind of gives your kids something to look forward to. You can put it on the calendar, you could talk to them about that, and it's just something for them to work towards. So my 5th suggestion is to do a group project or an individual project, maybe on something you've been talking about. If you've been talking about different types of animal habitats, you could have them, instead of being in book work, maybe build a habitat and research it a little bit. Go get some books from the library, just something different than maybe you normally do. Or we're gonna be talking about planets fairly soon, maybe in the next month or 2. And so maybe having my kids do a report on planets, and they could share that with one another. If you're in a little group, like a co-op group, you could share it all together there. But just have something that's different than book work. It can still apply what you're already learning in your book work, and it'll probably just be more meaningful, and they'll remember it better, what they're learning, because they're doing some sort of hands-on project with it. And then they can practice so many skills, right? As they build a project, it's like art, but then researching it, having some English in there, but then having to present it and practice those types of skills. It's just an overall good project to do. So the 6th suggestion comes from my husband. He said to do a push-up a day so that you can finish the school year strong. So there you go. But seriously, you could do something more active. If you wanted to, you could have a goal for maybe if you have something in the summer with running. Sorry, my voice is gonna disappear right now. Oh boy. Okay, so you could have something for a goal for that. Like if you maybe run something together, or for like the 4th of July, you do a 5K or something, or just something athletic you're working towards, or maybe a hike you want to do as a family. And so just have little goals every single day you guys could do, and it'll get your kids moving, their blood pumping, and just kind of wake them up so that they'll be more excited to do their schoolwork. So my 7th suggestion is to figure out what their lemonade stand is gonna be. So what does that mean? During the summer, kids, even not in the summer, other times of year, they love to try to make money, right? Through lemonade stands. We've had kids sell salsa at our house all the time with chips. So maybe figure something out that they like to do that could be their lemonade stand. And obviously it doesn't have to be this thing that's gonna make tons of money, but something they could just kind of be a little entrepreneur in and build a little business, because that could be something you focus on towards the end of the school year, and they look forward to doing it in the summer and they don't get as burnt out. And in that, you can apply so many learning things. You can have math as they're learning about money management, or how much supplies might cost if they're gonna make something. They have to write stuff down, so you're practicing writing and reading and all different things. You can incorporate a lot of their basic school things into some sort of lemonade stand idea, and it'll be a lot of fun for them. Kids love those sorts of things, and so just find something that they can go build a business in. So my 8th suggestion is to do a service project. And I don't have a specific service project in mind for my kids right now. I am always looking for service projects. I love to do service. I love to help others, and it's been a little bit hard, obviously, this last year to do maybe some traditional service projects, but maybe that's a way to change it up. If your kids are just really having a hard time, go find something that they can do for service. And it doesn't have to, you can make service fun, or find something in an area they're interested in. There's a lot of, there's a foster care system up here that we I don't know what we call foundation, I guess, that we donate stuff to, but they're always in need of things, or like sewing things. And so you could put together little packets for like arts and crafts for the kids. You could sew them something. There's a whole bunch of different projects, and you could find something that interests your kids, so it's not like, oh, we're doing service. A few years ago, we had some friends from our church that collected a whole bunch of food within our church to make lunches and breakfasts, I think, for some of the school kids that didn't have access to food. And so I asked her, I'm like, can we come over and help you? Because they have to sort through all the food and put it in the right like baggies and everything for breakfast and lunch. So we went over there and helped sort through all the food, and my kids actually really loved it. Like, they loved it. It's fun too when you get to interact with other people and some other kids their age. So if you can find something like that, you could turn it into a group project. Maybe not a huge group, it's up to you, the scale that you want to do, but just have it as a group thing, or maybe even a family thing, like extended family thing, where you can gather some stuff, they can put it together, you get to talk and enjoy the time. but you're doing some service, and I just think that's really great, and it'll just help you finish the school year strong. And my ninth suggestion was actually something I thought of as I was watching Grace and Grit, one of her videos here on YouTube. She was talking about Night Zookeeper, which we also enjoy doing. It's an online creative learning program, and I'll put a link down below because you can use that link if you want 50% off an annual membership. So I'll put that down below if you want to check it out. But as I was watching her video, she said that they use Night Zookeeper to stretch some of their curriculum through the end of the year, because some of her younger kids don't have as many weeks to go in their curriculum, and her older kids have more. And so she will do every other day with like Night Zookeeper, and then the other days their normal kind of language arts, creative writing stuff is what they'll do. And then the young kids keep up with the old kids, and they all finish at the same time. And so I just like the idea of incorporating maybe something else. I'm not the biggest fan of promoting digital stuff. I'm not opposed to it, but I think if you use it in the right way, that it's appropriate and that it's okay. And so she just has them play maybe 30 minutes every other day. And I think that's a really good thing. And so if you find some program maybe online, some fun learning thing for them, and it doesn't even have to be on the computer, it could just be a little activity that kind of supplements the other things they're doing. So if you need to stretch your curriculum, that's a good way to do it, is every other day add in some activity that relates to that same topic, but isn't coming from their bookwork, so it's something new and exciting. Or you can find an online learning program like Night Zookeeper. There's like Teacher Monster to read, things like that that will just help them and just provide a little bit of change in their day. So those are my 9 suggestions for finishing the homeschool year strong. I hope you enjoyed them. If you have suggestions you'd love to share, I would love to hear them. So put them down below. Remember to check out that playlist as well, so you can hear from a whole bunch of other homeschool mamas about their ideas, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy seeing it, and I will see you next time.